travelers and needy airport tours to supporting community events and sharing smiles through the Stars Therapy Dog Program. These volunteers are part of the reason why Long Beach is home to America's coolest airport. Tonight, 5 LGBT volunteers are joining the action. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thanks for joining us, Long Beach Airport, and thanks for being tonight's High Five Tunnel.
everybody. Welcome in to game 1 of 3 to finish out this homestand. But for the first time, we're on the road. The Roadsters, not the Roadsters, the RedPocket Mobiles, the more aptly named travel team for the newest, one of the newest teams in the Pioneer League. Hi, I'm Joey Miller. Alongside me, Al Malding. Welcoming you to the first ever RedPocket Mobiles broadcast. We figured, you know, after so many games, we are 57 games into the season. I think these guys deserve a broadcast after what they've been through this year.
I agree with you, Joey. It's great to be here with you. It's great to be at Blair Field today, enjoying this wonderful ballpark and this game we love so much. Hopefully the Mobiles can scratch out a win here. It's going to be tough. This is a very tough Long Beach team they're going up against today, but last time we were here in town, we played them pretty well. Hopefully this time we could turn that into a few W's and get us moving in the right direction for the rest of the season.
Now, I know when you say us, you are referring to the RedPocket Mobiles, the team of which you work for.
Absolutely.
I will introduce myself as a Long Beach Coast broadcaster because I typically am on the home side with Jesse Cook, who is running the home show for HTN. We are on the away broadcast. I took my talents to South Booth,
there
as they would say, and it's kind of perfect because LeBron James, you know, making his decision, going to Philadelphia, which is not south, but rather north.
It's not too late to switch sides. You can always join the Mobiles and, you know, have 2 more broadcasts.
Right, and I will. We will be bringing you the action all weekend long for Dimitri Young, Ray King, and this very unique travel team. So there was technically a travel team last year that Dimitri Young and Ray King were a part of, and now they're introducing this new brand on behalf of the league sponsor, the RedPocket Mobile, just without the S. We are bringing you this first ever broadcast. So right now, let's set the scene for you. 13-44 is the record for the RedPocket Mobiles, the exact opposite of the Long Beach Coast, who tonight are going to go as the Long Beach Regulators, their alternate identity, in homage to Warren G., the Long Beach legend. So they have faced off against each other before. That was the inaugural series here at Blair Field that debuted the Long Beach Coast. And the RedPocket Mobiles, let's just say they kept things close. 3 of those 6 games, it was a 1-run ball game, but they fell all 6 times.
And, you know, we've had trouble with those 1-run ball games this season. We've had quite a lot of them. And it seems like one of those things where if we don't get a 9th inning all the time, it's tough. And so 21 1-run games so far this season. We haven't fared too well. We're 4-17 in those 21 games. But we're keeping it close, and we've been adding some new pieces to the puzzle. Hopefully we found the recipe for success here tonight. You know, the lineup looks great.
Yeah.
The starting pitching looks great. We just got to find that back end. We've got a couple new guys. Hopefully this is going to be it.
Never say never, because this is a much different team that took the field. The last time they were here, that was the first week of June, and who took the mound that Friday night against the RedPocket Mobiles? It was Nick Bautista, who now takes the mound again for the 2nd time against the RedPocket Mobiles. He was on the mound the very first time that they debuted these Regulators alternate identity, and he dominated against the RedPocket Mobiles. That was a 9 strikeout appearance, tied for his season high. In his most recent outing against the Yuba Sutter Freebirds just this past weekend, he tied that at 9 as well. So he's looking to bounce off of that success. That was his 4th win of the season. He is 4-1 in a Long Beach uniform. He started off the season with Oakland, where he took a loss, so now 4-2 on the season. Nick Bautista out of Monterey Park, California. A lot of California guys for the Regulators. And a new face for the Regulators, I have to mention, is Benjamin Rosengard, who is at third base today, somebody who Al and myself know quite well, maybe in a bad sense, because let's just say we saw him last year. We both worked for a team that is no longer in the Pioneer League called the Grand Junction Jackalopes. And Benjamin Rosengard was a part of the 2025 Idaho Falls Chuckers under Troy Percival, the manager in which he returns to with the Long Beach Coast. And they made it all the way to the championship, also doing so in part by the it was 13 wins out of 18 that they took in Grand Junction against the Jackalopes last year, mostly in part of the team leader in batting average and on-base percentage. Not just that, but looking up the records now, in the modern era, he is first place in not only batting average in a single season, not only on base percentage in a single season, but also second all-time in on-base plus slugging, and that was 1.274. All were recorded last year for the former World Baseball Classic roster member of Team Israel. He's going to debut for Long Beach tonight. And now Spence Kaufman takes the plate. Speaking of the Jackalopes, he was with them last season. And now we are just about ready to get things underway. Friday night baseball, the RedPocket Mobiles going with their red tops and red bottoms, the full color rush. The Regulators uniforms, classic white with pinstripes, black on the shoulders. Nick Bautista comes set and gets ready for the first pitch of this ball game. The first pitch is fouled back, and we are underway a minute late at 6:36 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks so much for tuning in wherever you're tuned in from. Spence Kaufman, last time against Long Beach. It was his first week with the RedPocket Mobiles, coming from the Windy City Thunderbolts, way of the Frontier League. Takes the next pitch inside on the fastball. For ball one, he went 7 for 25 with 4 RBI.
And he's been on a tear recently. You know, he's brought his batting average up to 326. We've moved him into the leadoff spot because he's just a guy you can count on. So hopefully Spence gets us moving here in the right direction, gets on base, so our next guy, Braylon Bishop, can move him right along.
And it's interesting because the last time that the Mobiles were here, Gianni Horvat, who is in the lineup tonight, was the leadoff guy all 6 games, and he did the best against these Long Beach Coast / Regulators. Next pitch on the 2-1 is popped in foul territory, and Cooper Vest makes the grab by the on-deck circle, first base side for out number 1. 1 away, and Braylon Bishop now to the plate, who is a face that we have not seen, but he is one of the only ones on the roster for the RedPocket Mobiles who has minor league experience. He was with the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Bradenton Marauders at the single-A level. And now comes to play for Dimitri Young, batting from the left side. He'll be followed by Jordan Harrison Dudley at first base. Justin Johnson in the 4th spot. He's the DH tonight. TJ McKenzie behind him. And the rest are all lefties. Efrain Manzo. There's a swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1. And then the lineup finishes out with Gianni Horvat, Nick Poss, and Royce Clayton Jr. Yes, the son of the former All-Star, Royce Clayton. 0-1 count. Nick Bautista stands and fires the next pitch that misses low and inside for a 1-1 count. Now, Al, you've seen this team throughout this season. What has been the key to success in the times that they have dominated? Because I do recall you are on a 4-game losing streak, but the last time you won, it was quite massive, a 20-run plus advantage. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
I mean, there is a lot of pop in this lineup. We have 2 ginormous power hitters in Jordan Harrison Dudley and Justin Johnson, who are top 7 in the league right now in home runs. Jordan Harrison Dudley already having a 2020 season.
Called strike 3.
Oh, that was tough.
Yeah. And they'll send it around the horn. But go ahead and finish your thoughts. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, rightfully so. No, our guy right here, we all call him Debo, heading to the plate right now. He's got some pop in his bat. He had a bomb in Marysville earlier this year against the Yuba Sutter Freebirds that traveled only 506 feet.
A mere
506. So he's got some live bat to him. So that's kind of what this lineup brings to the table.
First pitch to the aforementioned Harrison Dudley is in there for strike 1. And not only is it impressive that you hit a ball that far, but you hit it on the coast in a California setting. Usually you see those kind of distances in the mountain settings of the Pioneer League, in which the Mobiles have faced off against the Raptors and the Boise Hawks recently.
The Mobiles have actually faced every Pioneer League team up to this point. We've made it all the way around the league. Now we're hitting everybody up for the second time. Not only can he hit the ball hard, he also steals bases.
1-1, swing and a miss. Yeah, you just mentioned that he just joined the 2020 club. He was the first, I believe, in the Pioneer League to do so, if I'm not mistaken. The only other person I can imagine who would have done that is A.J. Shaver, the Billings Mustangs, who just seems to lead the league in most offensive categories. 1-2, swing and a miss. Nick Bautista finishes out the top of the first with a pair of Ks. And we're on to the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. No score here on Home Team Network. "12 pitches into this ball game. Nick Bautista handles the top half of the first. And now Adam Christopher for the RedPocket Mobiles is going to try and take care of things in the bottom of the first off of the Regulators tonight. The first place Regulators. We're seeing David versus Goliath here. The first place team in terms of overall records in the 2026 Pioneer League campaign, and then the last place team, the RedPocket Mobiles, trying to have a better second half. That's the good thing about the Pioneer League. You got those two halves to work with. You still have a chance to work through August and find a groove.
And you remember how that David and Goliath story ends, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Just a reminder.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. Eddie Pelk is the leadoff guy for just about every game for the Long Beach Coast. He's played in every game now of the inaugural 58. Takes the next pitch, fastball, or rather changeup, for an 0-2 count. Changeup is Christopher's main pitch, about 82 to 89 miles per hour. It has a little bit of movement as well. This next changeup, softly hit up the middle, and Spence Kaufman is on it for out number one. Line drive up the middle brings up Benjamin Rosengard. So we talked about it in the top of the first inning. The newest addition for the Long Beach Coast, who was with the Idaho Falls Chuckers last year. And I drew a comparison, Al, that was really interesting regarding our relationship to a lot of these players that we're seeing tonight, including the managers, Dimitri Young, Troy Percival.
Absolutely.
I'll get to that in just a second. The first pitch to Rosengard misses high for ball one. So last year we were with the Grand Junction Jackalopes in their final season in the Pioneer League. They started the season on the road for the first 2 weeks in Yuba Sutter and Oakland. Next pitch, called strike to even up the count at one apiece. This year, the Long Beach Coast in their inaugural season started off on the road the first 2 weeks. 6 games in Yuba, 6 games in Oakland. Next pitch misses high for a 2-1 count now to Rosengard. That's not where the weird coincidences end, because just like the Jackalopes home opener, it was a 12-game homestand, just like for the Long Beach Coast against the RedPocket Mobiles. 2-1 is fouled off third base side for a 2-2 count. So that first homestand, if you recall, was against the Idaho Falls Chuckers and the Northern Colorado Owls at the time. Those two teams were managed by Dimitri Young and Troy Percival, the two very managers we see here tonight here in Long Beach. 2-2 on the ground and fouled.
And 2 seasons ago, when Benjamin Rosengard was the starting third baseman for the Jackalopes before he moved on to Idaho Falls, is absolutely everybody's fan favorite. You know, he was the top of the lineup, and he handled himself well, and then he goes to Idaho Falls and just blows the lid off of it, and had one of the greatest seasons in Pioneer League history.
And he's going to start off with a 1,000 batting average in a Long Beach Coast uniform with a single right up the middle, the first hit of the game off of Christopher with 1 out. That'll bring up Emilio Corona. Let's bring you the rest of this lineup here. Emilio Corona will be followed by 2 lefties, Cuba Bess and Cooper Vest. Don't get those names mixed up. Easton Jones, Jacob Jablonski, Patrick Roche, and Anthony Mata round out the Long Beach lineup. Emilio Corona batting from the right side. He's had quite the homestand, 16 for 33. First pitch to Corona, misses low and outside for ball 1. The center fielder has had a home run this homestand, the very first homestand of the second half of the 2026 campaign. He was typically a leadoff man for Long Beach in that first road trip to Yuba Sutter. The 1-0 is fouled off to the first base side for a 1-1 count. He was the first batter in Long Beach Coast history, and on the second pitch, he hit it over the fence for the first ever hit in Long Beach Coast history.
Isn't it great when good stuff like that happens? I don't want it to happen here, of course not. I would love to see a nice, 6-4-3 double play right here. And
well, with these middle infielders, it might happen, but this one's popped up into shallow left center. Clayton Jr. in on it, calls off Kaufman for out number 2. The defensive arrangement for the RedPocket Mobiles, just like we mentioned, Royce Clayton Jr. in left field, TJ McKenzie in center, and
Braylon
Bishop in right. Manzo at third, Kaufman and Horvat up the middle, Jordan Harrison Dudley at first, Nick Poss catching Christopher. With 2 outs and a runner at first. Chance at a clean first. There's a quick throw over to first. I feel like I'm saying first a lot of times. So Cuba Bess is from Fruita, Colorado, which kind of has a little tie in the booth here.
It does. It's great to be a Fruita Monument Wildcat, and, that is where I live and where my kids go to school, and that looks like Braylon's going to settle under that for out number 3 here in the bottom of the first, which is a great way to end the Cuba Bess story, at least this time around.
Fly out to right field, and things are finished here. The first hit for Benjamin Rosengard, but he is left stranded. No score heading into the second. We'll be right back. Into the second we go. No score here at Blair Field. 79 degrees and sunny at first pitch. And Justin Johnson steps up to the plate. The Week 4 Pioneer League Hitter of the Week.
That week he hit home runs in 6 consecutive games. That's a rip.
Right back up the middle. Jacob Jablonski has time to set his feet and gets it to first. I think that was off of Bautista's glove, so we're going to call that a 1-4-3 putout. 4 straight retired for Bautista on the bump, who last time facing off against the RedPocket Mobiles, we talked about the 9 strikeouts. He did allow 2 runs in that win. That was his second win of the year. He went 6 innings, gave up only 3 hits in those 6 innings.
TJ McKenzie coming up to bat. He recently joined the Mobiles after being with the Oakland Ballers to start the season, and he's settled right into a...
This one on the ground to the shortstop, Mata. Over to first. Close play there, but guns him for out number 2. So that's 2 pitches, 2 outs. Not a lot of time to introduce these guys.
No, not a lot of time at all. They are attacking these pitches right off the bat. And I don't know if that's really the recipe for success with Bautista, but hey, if you see a pitch you like, might as well swing, right?
Yeah. You don't get on base if you don't put it in play. Or I guess you do, because walks have been a factor between these two. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. The first pitch to reach Cuba Bess's glove, who's behind the plate tonight for the Long Beach Regulators. 1-0 count on Efrain Manzo. Sends this one softly, flared out down the right field line and just foul of the chalk line. A 1-1 count on tonight's third baseman. Let's get you the defensive arrangement real quick for the Long Beach Regulators / Coast. Eddie Pelk is in left field, Emilio Corona in center. Easton Jones, who typically we see at third base, he's in right field after 2 errors last night at third base. Benjamin Rosengard replaces him on the hot corner. Anthony Mata and Jacob Jablonski up the middle. Cooper Vest at first. Cuba Bess behind the plate. To catch, Nick Bautista in his 8th start in the Long Beach Coast inaugural season. The 1-1. Check swing, but it's in the zone on the fastball. And just 1 strike away, Nick Bautista can get 2 straight clean innings. Long Beach coming off of back-to-back losses, a feat that has only happened 3 times this year. This one in the air down the left field line. Pelk gives it chase, but it goes into the Steve Traxel bullpen.
And, you know, it makes sense that the Mobiles are swinging at these pitches. Bautista in over 41 innings has only walked 16 batters this year. He's throwing strikes out there. We just got to find one that finds a gap or finds a hole in the infield so we can get on base and get to running like this team does so well.
The next 1-2 pitch misses low and outside on the slider for a 2-2 count. I mentioned that Long Beach had just lost 2 games. It's the first time they've lost a series, that being against the Oakland Ballers just earlier this week, which you were in attendance for, Al.
It was fun to be a fan for a couple of nights and root on both teams. You know, they're both very good teams. They have good staffs. They have good front offices. I like to see the success of the Pioneer League as well, not just my own team, but tonight it's all about the Mobiles in my book.
Absolutely, the first ever Mobiles broadcast. This one in the air to right center. Back a good ways, but it'll stay in the yard. Easton Jones makes the grab for out number 3. 6 up, 6 down for the Mobiles. We'll send it to the bottom of the second. Still no score here. We'll be right back. Bottom of the second, Long Beach is going to try and strike first in a 0-0 stalemate. Joey Miller, Al Malding from the booth here at Blair Field. And leading things off for the Long Beach Regulators is Cooper Vest, the first baseman batting from the left side out of BYU, followed by Easton Jones, his BYU teammate, who finished out the top of the second. Nick Bautista rolling on through 9 pitches in the top of the second, and now first time facing off against Adam Christopher. Gets strike 1. And Adam Christopher, he's in his rookie campaign out of Cal State Northridge, the Matadors.
That's
righty
right.
Gets this one up the middle and through for a base hit, a leadoff knock for Cooper Vest that extends his on-base streak to 28 now.
And Adam Christopher popped up on our radar after Coach Bones, Brandon Boning, let us know. He was like, hey, there was this kid at Cal State Northridge that just went up against the University of Hawaii and went a full 9 and struck out 12. We were like, hey, sounds like a kid that deserves a shot at competing in the Pioneer League. So we brought him in, and he's shown some promise on the mound so far.
It's always those little recommendations that can find the most interesting athletes in this league that have a lot of success. Easton Jones is kind of one of them. He takes a fastball for strike 1. He was recommended by his teammate and now at first base, Cooper Vest. 14 home runs in his final season at BYU. This one hard up the left field line and through, rolling all the way to the corner. Cooper Vest is going to get the green lights. The throw in is slowly going to roll. It's offline. It's an RBI double for Easton Jones to put the Regulators on top 1-0. Back-to-back hits off of Adam Christopher. Easton Jones picking up himself after last night where he went hitless and also was the first participant of the knockout round, which went to 3 knockout rounds, the 5th for Long Beach on the season. Now I'm sure playing every team in the Pioneer League, especially in the Mountain Region, where those games are really close, those, like you mentioned, a lot of one-run games, you've seen a few knockout rounds with this team.
Yes, we are 1-1 in knockout rounds so far, which is kind of wild to think about whenever we say we've had 21 one-run games. So, but we're a team you don't really want to see in a knockout round. We got some big bats that do well in that situation, so we're going to need to get that run back as quickly as we can. And Jacob Jablonski is somebody that we don't really want to see with no outs in a runner in scoring position.
Not at all, because last night he got the go-ahead home run, his 4th of the homestand. Now 16 on the season, just 1 behind the team leader, Cuba Bess. He's the only active Long Beach Coast member with a home run against the RedPocket Mobiles. That was back in early June. Takes the 2-0 in there for a strike on the changeup. Christopher works with a changeup, curveball, sinker, slider, and a four-seamer, which you don't see too often out of him. That four-seamer is about 89 to 91, but he likes that movement. He dominates with his movement, especially on his changeup and his curveball. 2-1, changeup misses outside. Now a 3-1 count, a hitter's count for Jablonski, formerly of the Idaho Falls Chuckers, welcoming his fellow infielder teammate, Ben Rosengard. No outs here. Runner at first, 1-0, Long Beach. Next pitch taken for strike 2. We saw the challenges come and go last night. The RedPocket Mobile Strike Zone Challenge, might I add. Both teams lost their challenges early. The Oakland Ballers and the Regulators is what I'm referring to. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and he goes from a 3-1 count, now retired for the first strikeout from Christopher, and the first out of this bottom of the second. Patrick Roche, the DH tonight, will take the plate. Started off the homestand hot. He's cooled off a little bit since, but he still finds ways of reaching base. Patrick Roche last series went 2 for 12 against Oakland. 4 RBI and 2 runs. Righty versus righty, the first pitch. Breaking ball misses for ball 1. Patrick Roche. He got himself 3 RBI last night, including in the second inning with a single. Has a chance to do so here with a runner at second. 1-0. Hammered in the air towards left center. Back towards the warning track. The center fielder, McKenzie, rushes over and makes the grab on the run. Out number 2 is recorded.
This outfield is very good at covering the gaps. Between TJ McKenzie and Braylon Bishop, it's hard to get one past them. Of course, this is my first time getting to see Royce Clayton play in the outfield.
Mine too.
So we'll see how that goes. But TJ McKenzie is a solid center fielder. He showed it there.
He had his first first Pioneer League season with Dimitri Young at the start of last year with the NoCo Owls / Colorado Springs Sky Sox. Christopher takes a break. He steps off the mound for a called time. Anthony Mata, the 9th spot in this lineup, with 2 outs and a runner at second. TJ McKenzie then was gifted to the Oakland Ballers, who went on and won the championship. They re-signed him at the start of this season, but then gave him back to Dimitri. There's a called strike to Mata, who made his first start in 6 games last night. Went 1 for 4 with 2 RBI.
And we were very excited to see TJ McKenzie come back to this team and come back to Dimitri and the rest of his staff. They had been asking all season. And they finally got the answer they wanted from Aaron Miles and the Ballers. And having TJ in that bottom half of the lineup right there at the back end of the middle is where he belongs. And he has been producing at the plate. He produces in the field. It's a joy to have him around.
He's actually doing a lot better since coming to the Mobiles. A 300 average coming into tonight. 37 games with Oakland. He had 50 batting average points less, 250. Next pitch breaks outside for ball 2 to Anthony Mata. But TJ McKenzie, where he threatens is with his speed. Stolen bases in particular. He has 6 with the RedPocket Mobiles, 4 against the Long Beach Coast. That was back when he was with the Ballers. This one on the ground. Kaufman backhands, then gets it to first in time. But not before Long Beach strikes first. Easton Jones with the RBI double. He's stranded, and it's 1-0 heading into the 3rd. We'll be right back. The RedPocket Mobiles are going to try and get back at a deficit that they put themselves into in the bottom of the 2nd. 1-0 is the score. Long Beach leads in game 1 of 3 of this weekend series, which we will be bringing you through all of these games with plenty of special guests on their way representing RedPocket Mobile, the Pioneer League sponsor and the newest travel team. And Gianni Horvat takes the first pitch inside for ball one.
It's good to have Gianni back in the lineup. He was on the injured list for a couple of weeks. Took him a little bit to get back into game shape, but he's there now. We're so happy to have his bat back, his glove at second base, and most importantly, his leadership in the dugout. He is a natural-born leader, and you're going to see him around the big game of baseball for a very, very long time.
I can't imagine it's very easy just to be on the road all the time, especially to be on the injured list, trying to get yourself healthy, trying to get yourself back up, and I guess you got to give some praise to Jennifer Daughtry, the athletic trainer. There's a swing and a miss. A 1-2 count now on Horvat to be traveling with this team and trying to heal these players in the process.
And she's done a fantastic job of keeping them healthy all season and really helping them deal with the minor injuries. And then also, look at that. Look at that. That's exactly what we want from Gianni. A nice little bloop single right over Jablonski's head. And that's going to get us started here. Now that the mobiles are on the base paths, the Coast are in trouble.
That breaks up the no-hitter. And it's also his 10th hit against Long Beach. He's the first to do so, to get to double-digit hits in now 7 games played between the two teams. Nick Posh, formerly of the Oakland Ballers, just like Nick Bautista on the mound, will face off against one another. The tying run at first for the Mobiles in the top of the third. Quick throw over to first to check on him. Good throw, but definitely not in time. Nick Posh. A .273 hitter.
He has hit 4 home runs since he joined the Mobiles here. And not only that, he has also been the knockout round pitcher for the Mobiles since he arrived. He's got that in his future, that's for sure.
I mean, catchers seem to be the go-to. For last night's knockout round here in Long Beach, Johnny Pappas was the pitcher, the batting practice pitcher on hand. It's a 1-1 count for Poss.
When is Long Beach going to do a Johnny Pappas mustache giveaway, huh?
I don't know. We'll have to talk to some of our front office members. Oh, he's gained a couple nicknames. Pappas Fritas. His next pitch misses outside for ball 2 on the slider. Tony P, like Tony Plush, 2.0, after he got the second walk-off in team history back on June 30th. The first walk-off was against the Mobiles, if you recall.
Of course I do, Joey.
Have to throw that out there. 3-1 count now as the next pitch misses low, below the knees. Nick Poss has a hitter's count here. Cooper Vest holding on. Gianni Horvat, a stolen base threat. Here's the 3-1, misses high and tight for the first walk issued by Nick Bautista, the first walk issued on the game. Last night, Long Beach reached base the way of the base on balls 14 times. It's the most in a single game that they have taken free bases any way possible. 4 intentional walks as well last night. And it was a problem as well for the RedPocket Mobiles the last time they were here at Blair Field. 39 walks in the 6-game set, but also 39 strikeouts. Still, you want to see a positive ratio there.
I was just about to say, I would love to see a sacrifice bunt here to get the runners in scoring position. And Royce Clayton showed bunt there. Maybe he'll get a pitch to lay down right here, and we can move those guys along for the dangerous Spence Kaufman.
His third game with the RedPocket Mobiles, the 9 spot in utility. Pops this one up, and into the net it goes behind home plate for an 0-2 count, so likely not a bunt, unless he's very confident in himself. The son of a former major leaguer, which is not uncommon in this league. Long Beach Coast have Cole Percival, the son of Troy Percival, the manager of the inaugural Southern California Pioneer League franchise. There's a swing and a miss at the slider outside, and he was just kind of reaching there.
You know, we've also have the cousin of Sergio Romo coming out of the bullpen. We're pitching for the Mobiles, Ubaldo Romo. So family ties all around here.
We just saw Jerome Williams on the mound last night. His son, Ty Williams, up in the booth with us, bringing him his first inning of work. Well, I guess since last year when he was with the Yuba Sutter High Wheelers at the time. Spence Kaufman now takes a strike low and away. Jerome Williams last year and the past couple of years with Yuba Sutter. 0-1 count on Kaufman. Swing and a miss. Bautista has a chance to leave two stranded. It's the first time the Mobiles have a runner in scoring position in a 1-0 contest. Bautista sets at the hip. Now delivers the 0-2. Fouled back. Kaufman stays alive. Now Kaufman had an interesting story in his first season in the Pioneer League. He was a mid-June pickup for Frank Gonzalez, now the manager of the Yuba Sutter Freebirds. And I was there for that conversation. Get you that story here in just a second. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks. That's 4 now for Nick Bautista. Just 1 away from getting out of this inning. Braylon Bishop will try and prevent that. But for Spence Kaufman, there were some hitting troubles for the Grand Junction Jackalopes after that first homestand against Troy Percival and Dimitri Young, the two managers we see tonight. And so Spence Kaufman reached out to the hitting coach, Robbie Bales, on LinkedIn, of all places, sending him some video fresh out of the Padres organization. First pitch misses high for ball 1.
And Spence immediately became a fan favorite in Grand Junction. And this guy here, Braylon Bishop, immediately became a fan favorite for the Mobiles whenever he joined the team. He's had 4 leadoff home runs for our during this season at this point. He's now hitting in the 2-hole, so, you know, leadoff home runs are a little bit more difficult to come by when you're not leading off.
Right.
But he's still got pop in his bat, and hopefully he can show it off pretty soon.
I mean, he still has 4 other home runs that were not leadoff home runs. 8 in 30 games played with the Mobiles. Next pitch cuts inside. He's back ahead of the count, 2-1. Middle infield working the way of the pole side. Anthony Mata working close to the Keystone bag behind second base. Jacob Jablonski more towards the outfield grass on the right field side. Cooper Vest also drawn back. 2-1 is fouled off to the third base side. Bautista has a chance to escape the inning with just 1 more pitch. The Mobiles threatening here early in this game. 2-2, 2 on, 2 outs. Bautista looks back at second. Now here's that 2-2 pitch. Popped up high in the air. Heading towards left field, Eddie Pelk centers himself under it for out number 3. That leaves 2 stranded. And there's the shutdown inning for Nick Bautista, who strikes out 2 more, now 4 in 3 innings of work. 1-0, Long Beach on top. We'll be right back. Back to the bottom of the third and back to the top of the lineup. Second time through for the Long Beach Regulators, who lead 1-0 after Nick Bautista gets the shutdown frame. Joey Miller, Al Malding, and Adam Christopher missing outside for the RedPocket Mobiles in this first ever RedPocket Mobiles broadcast. And, you know, you've been following this team all season. I'm sure that it's been asked about with Dimitri Young and the players. Hey,
of course,
when are we going to get a broadcast? And I'm happy to oblige.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad I could have this moment, be here with you in Long Beach, enjoying this, you know, this game. Why
This
not?
lovely day.
It's fantastic. It's who doesn't love baseball?
We're a ways away from where we started, and you started in the Pioneer League a couple seasons ago, and you've climbed the ladder in the most strange ways. Because just 3 years ago, I believe, you were, or maybe 2 or 3 years ago, you were a cameraman, a volunteer.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, for the Grand Junction Jackalopes. It's a 2-2 count now for Eddie Pelk.
It happens that way, you know. Just like every player that's out there on the field, I showed up looking for an opportunity, and I was lucky enough to get a hold of it, like Eddie Pelk did there for that single.
That extends his on-base streak to 58 now. Now, I don't really know. I talked with Tyler Peterson, the other Pioneer League historian, about what would be the longest on-base streak in Pioneer League history. While that is not confirmed, we have seen one go 60 games last year. That was Zeb Rose of the Grand Junction Jackalopes. Benjamin Rosengard now takes strike one in his second at-bat. He was the first hit of the game.
And Zeb has recently rejoined the league with the Yuba Sutter Freebirds. We'll see how he does. But I think we're all excited for Benjamin Rosengard to be back in the league. But I'm excited for this double play that's coming. I'm going to keep calling these double plays. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to do that.
You never know. You never know. It's a 1-1 count, nobody out, and a double play would sure help out Adam Christopher. Double plays have been key for the Long Beach Coast. They've seen 2 games in which they've recorded 5 double plays. This next pitch is swung on and sent out to center field. McKenzie makes the grab for out number 1.
That sun out there has got to be tough right now with the way that it's coming into the center field. I noticed the center fielder for the Coast,
Emilio Corona.
Yeah, Corona was out there shielding his eyes pretty heavily at the top half of the inning. So seeing TJ not have to fight the sun there tells me that we're about to have a nice, cool evening.
It is a weird time of night. And speaking of Emilio Corona, he swings and fouls the first pitch back to the home plate net. For strike 1, flew out to left field his last time up. Rookie out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Pioneer League, you're allowed 3 years of experience and 1 veteran. There is one on this roster for the RedPocket Mobiles who serves as a player coach, which is different. There's a foul ball back the same direction for an 0-2. That is Jordan Harrison Dudley.
And when he joined the team, Jordan was not listed as a coach. He earned that position by carrying himself well in the clubhouse, being there for his teammates, trying to help out every step of the way, and being a positive influence on the younger hitters in this lineup.
0-2 bends outside for ball 1. Right now with Adam Christopher, he's working his way into counts, but, you know, limiting runs right now with only 1 on the board. Getting out of that inning was key. Having a runner in scoring position with nobody out and leaving him stranded after giving up that first run shows a lot of character for Christopher, because typically in that situation, that's still not an easy spot you're in. You just give up the first run of the game. Pressure's on. You're facing the bottom half of the lineup, starting with Jacob Jablonski, who's not an easy out. It's a 1-2 count after that foul ball to the right field side. But he worked his way out of it.
I don't think it would be fair to call anybody in this Coast lineup an easy out.
This one golfed out to left center. Clayton Jr. makes the grab for out number 2. That brings up Cuba Bess, and we kind of shortly touched on it. Being from Fruita, Colorado, Al Malding, a Fruita, Colorado native, just outside of Grand Junction, where last year we saw his family visit.
I would call myself a Fruita resident. I would not want to call myself a native around.
Right, and I said resident. Yes.
Well, it's a great place to live. It's a fun little town. Mountain bikes, great pizza.
Very great pizza. As a matter of fact, if you're ever driving up I-70, or you're driving west through Colorado, you got to stop in to Hot Tomato. This is not sponsored, by the way. This is purely just our recommendation because it's the best pizza you'll probably ever have. 0-2 count. I know that's a big statement there, but
I didn't argue it.
Yeah.
You know.
Get the Stromboli, which I'm missing every single day being out here. I haven't found many good pizza spots out here since coming to Long Beach.
We were told about one. My wife is in town with me. Whenever we arrived, it's something we always ask, where to get good pizza. We were told the Dirty Pepperoni is the place to go.
I think that's on Anaheim, if I'm not mistaken. This one in foul territory, and Manzo makes the grab for out number 3. So, after the shutdown inning, Christopher gives up a leadoff single, but then retires the next 3. Still a small contest, 1-0 heading into the middle 3 innings. We'll be right back. All right, 3 innings of baseball out of the way on this Friday contest between the Regulators, the Long Beach Coast usually, but the alternate identity Regulators, and the RedPocket Mobiles. Bringing you the action on RedPocket Mobile's YouTube channel.
Yes.
So welcome. Hi, everybody. This is the first time you're seeing us live. Kind of a unique scenario here because travel teams typically don't get a home broadcaster. They don't get a home, usually.
Right, and this is something that we wanted to put together with the guys. So I worked with the fantastic people at RedPocket Mobile, as well as the fantastic people at Home Team Network, and we all came together and we made this work well. And we appreciate you coming along for the ride, Joey. And speaking of along for the ride, you should take a moment and revisit the RedPocket Mobile's YouTube channel and check out the Chasing Baseball documentary that just released episode 6 today. So
they've been following the entire journey, the entire process. This great production crew that has been following this travel team. Typically, travel teams, they don't get this much media. They don't get this much press. There's a swing and a miss for the 5th strikeout of the day, the second on Jordan Harrison Dudley for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. But that is what is so special and so unique about having a sponsor behind a team. I don't think that's something. I think I read in the press release it's the first time since like 1911.
1914. The last corporate-sponsored American baseball team was the Brooklyn Tip Tops of the Federal League, and they were sponsored by the Tip Top Bread Company. I think they folded after a year and a half, but we wanted to do something special this season with RedPocket, and with the need for a travel team for the league to have a balanced schedule and the drive of a fantastic sponsor like RedPocket and their CEO, Josh Gordon, it was just the perfect marriage of the two goals. And so now we get to have these wonderful guys get to take the field and have their opportunity to play for fantastic coaches like Dimitri Young and Ray King and get their opportunity at professional baseball.
Next pitch hits inside on the breaking ball for a 2-1 count to Justin Johnson. And yeah, so what happened last year, 3 teams dissolved. tonight for the RedPocket Mobiles. Not only that, the go-ahead run is aboard. And, you know, I had a chat with Jerome Williams today, talking about his scoreless frame last night. 16 pitches, struck a batter out. We were talking about the Hall of Famers that he has faced off against in his career. He's faced off against 22 Hall of Famers.
My goodness.
And he has 24 strikeouts against Hall of Fame batters. Well, some of them pitchers. Randy Johnson, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz.
Okay, we could.
But
all
not
right.
all of them are against him. He did strike out Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay, that's worth a feather in the cap right there.
Ichiro Suzuki was 6 for 24 against him, and we were talking about Jeter Ibarra of the Oakland Ballers because he has faced off against Jeter Ibarra now and Derek Jeter, who was 2 for 5 against him. Fun little fact there in the Pioneer League record book. First pitch misses inside to Efrain Manzo.
So one thing that happened there was during that meeting, Marquise Jackson came in to run for Justin Johnson at second base. We need to see how that plays out, if this is a temporary base runner or if JJ is coming out of the game.
Well, they can always come back into the game in the Pioneer League. There's a swing and a miss for a 1-1 count. You can be exchanged as a pinch runner and return to your spot in the lineup. But good catch there. Jackson is one of 2 M. Jacksons. No, not Michael. 1-1. Both runners off on the pitch, and they're both going to lead in safely with a double steal.
All right, 2 runners in scoring position now, 1 out. I like the way this feels. A base knock here with the speed of both Marquise Jackson and TJ McKenzie is going to put the Mobiles in the lead.
It is a 2-1 count on Efrain Manzo. This one fouled back. I believe I saw another ball. I'm not sure the scoreboard is caught up. So we're going to go with a 1-2 count. 1 out here. The double play is eliminated, and now the infield is drawn in. The Mobiles have a runner at third for the very first time. That is Marquise Jackson. 2-2 count. This one fouled right field side, and you don't want to see anything if you're Nick Bautista go too far. You want to keep it in the infield to try and evade damage after putting up 6 scoreless innings to start off this ball game. Things starting to fall out of hand now for the Regulators. This one, he reaches out and fouls this one up the first baseline.
He's fighting, that's for sure. He's looking to get that 22nd and 23rd RBI of the season right now.
That would be huge for the RedPocket Mobiles. A 4-game losing streak heading into Blair Field. Not having a win on their record here in Long Beach. Here's the 2-2 once more. This one, a Baltimore chop high in the air towards the shortstop. Motto gets it to first. And an out is exchanged for a run. The RedPocket Mobiles on the board, tying up this game 1 apiece. TJ McKenzie comes over to third, representing the go-ahead run. And Gianni Horvat, the most dangerous batter against Long Beach specifically, is now at the plate with 2 outs. Efrain Manzo gets RBI, an RBI on that ground out. Bautista from the stretch. First pitch, a swing and a miss on the changeup. Horvat is 1 for 2, representing one of now 3 hits of the day. 2 of them have happened this inning. One of them has now scored, and one of them is threatening to take the Mobiles' first lead of this game. The next pitch misses high for a 1-1 count. Right now, if you're Gianni Horvat, Al, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I need to get the bat on the ball, but I don't think we're going to see a fastball here, and I'm pretty sure he knows that.
Here's the 1-1 from Bautista.
And we would have both been wrong.
He gets a 90-mile-per-hour fastball in the zone. Bautista can escape without giving up the lead. He's already given up the first run of the ball game. A 1-2 count, the leg lift and the delivery. A slider misses outside. Horvat with great plate discipline takes that one for a 2-2 count. All twos. Number 2, a 2-2 count, 2 outs. A chance of scoring the second run of the game for the RedPocket Mobiles, known for their 2-minute customer service. 2-2 in the air, down the left field line, hooking, foul.
So close.
Just barely. Mobiles were threatening there. That was hard hit.
Even without that ball landing in fair territory, it's good to see Gianni take a hack like that and get a hold of one. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, he was out for a bit. Last night was his first game back. So it's good to see him with a chance here to perform.
Coming into this game, Gianni Horvat had a .375 batting average, which is higher than his season batting average against the Long Beach Coast specifically. 2-2 in the air towards left center, hanging up for Eddie Pelk, who makes the grab for out number 3. But the Mobiles on the board for the first time this series. It is 1-1 heading into stretch time. We will be right back on the RedPocket Mobiles YouTube channel.
After the 7th inning stretch, we're coming into the bottom of the 7th. Adam Christopher still on the mound, still haven't thrown his 90th pitch. He is working with a purpose tonight.
Cruising, just like the bus of the RedPocket Mobiles when it hits the road. It's been a lot of places across the western hemisphere of the United States this season. 58 games now into this inaugural campaign for the RedPocket Mobiles, and now Easton Jones takes the first pitch for ball 1. Joey Miller, Al Malding in the bottom of the 7th, where it is a 1-all contest. 1-0 misses high and inside for a 2-0 count to Easton Jones. I think like the nickname Babyface Assassin is probably taken. But looking at the scoreboard, Easton Jones definitely has a baby face. He would be the first to admit it. But he is grown, and he's a grown hitter. This one cut on into right center. Bishop comes in and makes the grab for out number 1. Adam Christopher and Nick Bautista had something in common. A streak of 13 straight retired. Bautista's ended after he gave up His second and third hits of his performance. And one of them scored for the very first time tonight, tying up the game for the Mobiles. Jacob Jablonski now fouls this one up the first base line for strike one. Long Beach got their first base runner in that streak. Just last inning on the base on balls, the very rare base on balls, the walk to Emilio Corona out of the hands of Adam Christopher. It was a long battle though. 6 pitches and then the walk. There's a beautiful breaking ball that fools Jablonski for an 0-2 count. He's already one of the 2 strikeout victims of Adam Christopher tonight.
And, you know, being here the last couple of games between the Ballers and the Coast, you'd see the Ballers, they're working with a lot of velocity. It might be tough to come back in here and see a 68-mile-an-hour curveball in front of you. It looks like a big piece of meat, and then you miss it.
1-2 count as Jablonski's still looking for his piece of meat to gnaw on. Misses inside that time. It's a 2-2 count, and I should correct my statement. Christopher had 10 straight retired before the walk. Still impressive streaks for these 2 impressive starters. Working from the stretch, the 2-2. Swing and a miss on that same curveball. 3 strikeouts on the night for Christopher, who's trying to work through his 7th inning of work.
It's really impressive to see a young guy like him go out there and not be afraid to attack a hitter like Jablonski. He struck him out twice tonight, and I like the confidence that he's starting to show out there.
He has gone 7 1/3. That was June 24th against the Glacier Range Riders in a close contest. 2-1, the loss. Glacier took it. There's a called strike. Now, Long Beach actually was rooting for the Mobiles down the stretch of the season when they were trying to clinch the first half pennant. One of the games against Billings, this one slowly hit towards the the shortstop Kaufman. Gets over to first in time. I'll finish that story on the other side of this frame, but a shutdown inning. 1, 2, 3. Adam Christopher gets through 7 whole innings and only allows a run. His team can take the lead in the very next top of the 8th when we come back. RedPocket Mobiles Baseball on YouTube. For the first time here in the top of the 8th, we are seeing a pitching change after both starters, Nick Bautista and Adam Christopher, both allow only 1 run to each respective offense in this very quick game to this point. Jonathan Kozowski is now going to take the mound, the new righty on the bump for the Long Beach Regulators, who just gave up their first run in the top of the 7th. There's a pitch clock violation on Kozowski to start things off, and Nick Poss gets ahead of the count, 1-0, and he doesn't even have to see a pitch.
So the Mobiles are going to have Nick Poss, Royce Clayton Jr., and then Spence Kaufman at the plate in this inning. Hopefully we can get these guys on base and get them moving. Let's break this tie open.
They were moving. Nick Bautista, who exits the game, a season-high 7 innings of work, and tying his season-high of 9 strikeouts, the next pitch is fouled off of the bat of Nick Poss for his first strike. Retired 13 in a row, but then things got out of sorts after that 9th strikeout. Justin Johnson and TJ McKenzie going back-to-back, one of which scores. Now this one in the air towards left center. Corona pulls it out of the night sky for out number 1. Royce Clayton Jr. now, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, will take the plate. He's been working quick at-bats. Actually, no.
Oh, we have a pinch hitter here. This is Kishon Frett coming to the plate.
We still could see Royce Clayton Jr. take the field, but right now they're going to give it to Frett. Do not fret if you're a RedPocket Mobiles fan.
Frett currently hitting .288 with 9 home runs on the season.
Played in 5 of the 6 games here at Blair Field. Last time they were here in early June. Oh, 0-1 count. After that fastball from Kozowski. 0-1 misses for ball 1. No challenge there. The Mobiles have lost 1 challenge. The Regulators are 1 for 1. Next pitch cuts outside.
And this is a count that you want to see Kishon Frett in. 2-1. Hopefully he can get something to hit. He's a guy we're looking to hit for power every time he's at the plate.
2-1, hard swing and a miss. Behind on that one for a 2-2 count. He is the only member of the RedPocket Mobiles on the active roster who has hit a home run here at Blair Field.
And it's tough to hit a home run here at Blair Field. This place plays very big.
2-2, misses low and outside for a 3-2 count on the pinch hitter. Top of the 8th, 1-all is the score. 1 out, nobody on. The Mobiles trying to strike back here. Pitch black night, and time is called on Frett. Pitch clock rewinds at 15. Kozowski comes set. The Los Angeles native. This one sent deep in the air towards center field. Back, it's over the wall. And the RedPocket Mobiles have taken the lead off of the Kishon Frett pinch hit home run. It is 2-1.
That is what he is brought into the lineup to do. We want to see him swing the bat hard, hit the ball hard, and jog around the bases. Great job from Frett there. 2-1 lead for the Mobiles now in the 8th, and that's the insurance that Adam Christopher needed.
Do not fret. Kishon Frett sends that one 410 feet into the Long Beach night sky, 108 off of his bat, and this game has been flipped around. Spence Kaufman takes strike 1 now to try and add some more here. For Kishon Frett, that is his 10th home run on the season. He is the 4th on the RedPocket Mobiles to reach double-digit home runs. Next pitch misses outside on the slider. A 1-1 count to the former Lake Elsinore Storm product, not too far from here in Southern California. The affiliate of the San Diego Padres. The 1-1 off the end of his bat, but fair. Barehanded by Rosengard, and not in time. Spence Kaufman charged up the line for his first hit of the night. Back-to-back hits for the RedPocket Mobiles.
You feel that right now? It feels like a rally oncoming.
Well, right now they have the lead, so I don't know. I mean, you still have to give some more insurance to whoever's going to take the mound next, if it's going to be Adam Christopher, who now is in line for the potential victory. Braylon Bishop now to the plate, who you mentioned is no stranger to the long ball himself. 8 in his initial 30 games played with the RedPocket Mobiles. Takes a heavy hack at the first pitch. Breaking ball outside, looking for a fastball there, but did not get it. 0-1 count. He is 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of strikeouts. Jordan Harrison Dudley in the on-deck circle.
Now, Spence Kaufman has 10 stolen bases on the season. We might see him moving here. It seems like the time to do it.
There he goes. Pitch misses low, and the throw is airmailed by Cuba Bess. There's stolen base number 11 on this season. A runner in scoring position now, and a 1-1 count for Spence Kaufman. He's only been caught stealing twice in now 13 tries. The lefty Bishop against the righty Jonathan Kozowski. Fastball right down the middle. A 1-2 count. The double play is eliminated, though the middle infield is still kind of in double play range. Spence Kaufman with the infield single now at second. The 1-2, breaking ball fools him. And that is the first strikeout for Kozowski on the night for out number 2. Took his first professional loss his last time that he was on the bump just a couple nights ago at the back end of the first loss to break the 11-game win streak that Long Beach Coast were on. Now Jordan Harrison Dudley to the plate. Kozowski looking back at Spence Kaufman. First pitch is popped up foul just over our heads here behind home plate.
I almost had it.
Yeah, we didn't get this vantage point last year.
No,
It's
we
Aplisio
did
Field.
not.
You know, 100 feet high in the air on the first base side. You don't get to see where the pitches move, so this is a bit of a better situation for us in terms of seeing these pitches, as that pitch misses low below the knees of Jordan Harrison Dudley, who is a strikeout away of a potential golden sombrero. 0 for 3, 3 Ks on the night. Harrison Dudley out of Texas. Swings and misses over another great breaker. At risk of that sombrero here, and at risk of getting out of this inning without scoring any more runs, but the Mobiles with a 2-1 lead now here in the top of the 8th. Next pitch he gets a piece of, stays alive on the 1-2 count. Harrison Dudley still having yet to get a hit here at Blair Field in 10 at-bats now. He has walked twice, though, so he has reached. That was in the first series back in June, in the 2 games that he played. The 1-2. This one cut on the other way, down the left field line. Pelk has to stop himself suddenly. Makes the grab for out number 3. That leaves Kaufman stranded, but the damage is done. Kozowski gives up a bomb to the pinch hitter, Kashawn Frett. The Mobiles are on top heading into the bottom of the 8th, 2-1. We'll be right back. the bottom of the 8th, Adam Christopher is still on the mound, working to chug along here. He is at 98 pitches through the first 7 innings of work. He has only allowed 1 run. That was many, many innings ago, back in the bottom of the 2nd, when Long Beach took the first lead of the game. However, Kashawn Frett gets the lead in the top of the 8th, and Christopher has a chance for his 2nd consecutive shutdown inning with the lead intact. Anthony Mata is the first to face him. He's 0 for 2. After going 1 for 4 last night in his return to the starting lineup. Takes the off-speed breaking ball, outside corner for strike 1. Bautista's day was done. They gave it to the reliever, Jonathan Kozowski, who gave up that home run to Kashawn Frett. Now at risk of his 2nd loss of this homestand. Check swing. Mata does not go around, says Brandon Hastings at first. Now a 1-1 count. And it's impressive, too, to see the length that Christopher has now gone through in 100 pitches. That last one being his 100th. The 1-1. Clips the corner for strike 2. 3 strikeouts across 7 innings of work. Only 1 walk. 4 hits. He has not allowed a hit since the bottom of the 3rd. Anthony Mata, the leadoff man of this inning, but the 9 spot, followed by the lineup leadoff, Eddie Pelk in the on-deck circle. Next pitch in the dirt for ball 2.
Mata's remaining patient at the plate, and with Christopher now over 100 pitches,
Yep.
I would say it's the right time to be conservative at the plate for the Coast, but I would much rather see them swing and miss here.
This one, a soft swinging bunt. Christopher gets it to first in time for out number 1. That is now 17 straight batters that have not had a hit off of this man on the mound. Looking for a gem right now. Christopher, in his previous 6 starts, he's 0 for 3. Still looking for his first professional win. He could get it tonight here at Blair Field should things continue to stay the way of the RedPocket Mobiles. Eddie Pelk now to the plate. Watches a curveball for strike 1. Pelk is one of those 4 hits, and he was the last hit off of Adam Christopher. Next pitch misses below the knees. A 1-1 count. Eddie Pelk carried on his on-base streak to 58 now. 48 of his 58 games he has had a hit. 1-1. Off the end of his bat. Into left field. Clayton Jr. in on it. Makes the grab for out number 2. And now just 1 out away from back-to-back shutdown innings from Adam Christopher. The Porter Ranch, California native has a chance to do something quite miraculous and something that has not been done in Long Beach history, which is 3 straight losses for the first place team. We were talking about David versus Goliath. This would be quite the way to start a series. Benjamin Rosengard takes strike 1.
It's great to hear you talk that way, Joey. I as I'm sitting here next to Jacob, the GM of the Long Beach Coast, who keeps cutting eyes over here.
Listen, I'm just calling the game. Next pitch, hits inside. I don't take pleasure in this, I should say that.
Yes, you do. This is so much fun. And
I'm doing this as a favor.
Oh.
To Dimitri, you, and the great fans of the RedPocket Mobiles. Next pitch fouled off to the third base side.
You know, it is fantastic that we were able to put this together and give the not only the fans of the Mobiles, but the fans of the Pioneer League the chance to catch a game between two teams that, while they might not look evenly matched in the standings tonight, they definitely look evenly matched.
This one off the end of his bat, gets a piece of it, pulls it around to the first base side. Still an 0-2 count on Rosengard, who is 1 for 3 tonight. A .333 batting average, which is far under last year's .463 batting average with the Idaho Falls Chuckers. Here's the 0-2. Fouled again, third base side. Souvenirs flying out into the Friday night crowd here. 5 pitches. And no balls issued by Adam Christopher. Into his full wind. Here's the 0-2. Fouled back. Sounding like a broken record here.
Oh, this ball boy is fantastic, by the way. He's been out there the last few innings. He's cooking.
As is Christopher on the mound. Now nearing 110 pitches. Here's the 0-2. Backdoor breaking ball, misses. There's the first ball on the 7th pitch of this at-bat.
A gem of a start here from Christopher.
Could possibly put him in contention for pitcher of the week. This is definitely an outing that could do that, should he get his first professional win tonight. Still, a lot of the time, Long Beach likes to wait until the very last moment for some late inning dramatics. So it is still a close game, 2-1 Mobiles.
And there's a lot of sports where home field advantage is volume. In baseball, there's a true home field advantage of getting to bat last. And that's been a tough thing for the Mobiles to overcome this season. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that tonight, especially with the way Christopher has performed.
Another foul ball, and that is now 9 pitches into this at-bat. The longest at-bat for Christopher tonight, who other than that has been working very quickly. This game started at 6:36. We are still 10 minutes before 9 p.m. Last night's game here in Long Beach, which if you're a RedPocket Mobiles fan, you probably missed. Next pitch misses low for a 3-2 count. It went a whopping 3 hours and 59 minutes. The longest game in Coast history. Full count. The crowd's starting to get a little bit antsy right now. Nobody on. Here's the pitch from Christopher. Strike 3, and Rosengard will challenge it. And it is confirmed for strike 3. So Long Beach loses their first challenge. They have one more to lose, but they still trail 2-1 heading into the 9th. 2 straight shutdown innings for Adam Christopher, who's worked through 8. In line for the victory. We'll see Kozowski back on the mound when we come back around on the RedPocket Mobiles YouTube stream. Back into it. Into the ninth we go. The Mobiles with the 2-1 lead and their last at-bats to try and get some more insurance runs here. Not sure if we're going to see a pitcher come in to try and close the book here for the RedPocket Mobiles. A breaking ball misses inside from Jonathan Kozowski, who gave up the lead in the 8th. He's going to try and get some retribution on Johnson. This one, high fly ball into center field, but sky high in that sense. Corona gets it for out number 1. Johnson now 1 for 4. He was the lone run to tie the game in the 7th. That broke a 13-batter streak from Nick Bautista, who had only given up 1 hit until then through 6. TJ McKenzie to the plate, righty on righty. He followed him with another single up the middle. Takes the breaking ball outside for strike 1. Been so great to be bringing you the action here on behalf of RedPocket Mobile. On this lovely Friday night, we will be back the next couple of nights as well. Tomorrow night, be sure to tune in. First pitch slated for 4:35, and then Sunday at 1:05. Pacific time, I should say. With the RedPocket Mobiles going all over the country, you got to clarify the time zone. 2-1 count now as McKenzie takes the next couple of pitches outside. His 13th game against Long Beach. The first 12 in an Oakland Ballers uniform. Next pitch, another breaker outside for ball 3.
TJ being patient at the plate, hoping to get his pitch here. We'll see what happens.
There have only been 2 walks in this game, 1 on each side. This one fouled back for a 3-2 count. 1 issued by Nick Bautista, who finishes his line 7 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. He's going to get the no decision tonight. Time is called by TJ McKenzie. McKenzie out of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. 25-year-old. Now the 3-2. This one lifted in the air towards right center. Corona is under it for out number 2.
Good contact. Just the wrong field. Yeah,
and he stayed back on that
on
that breaking ball as well. So props to him for putting a good piece of wood on it, but does not go his way. He finishes his line 1 for 4. Now Efrain Manzo, who was the difference maker, putting up the first RBI for the Mobiles in this series. Takes the first pitch outside for strike 1. He challenges it at the plate. And it is, in fact, outside. So a successful challenge, the first successful challenge for the RedPocket Mobiles, the RedPocket Mobiles Strike Zone Challenge. A 1-0 count. Breaking ball finds the zone. Mobiles are 1 for 2 in challenges, just like the Regulators. So in this final inning, they only have 1 more to lose. Once you lose 2, you're out. 1-1 off the end of his bat, fouled backwards for strike 2. 0 for 3.
This game has been moving quick.
And then now that you've said that, it's going to be a very long bottom of the 9th.
No.
That's how it always works. We'll see, though. Only time will tell. The 1-2. Misses in the dirt. A 2-2 count for Manzo in his first appearance here at Blair Field at the professional level. The Chandler, Arizona native, way of the Ogden Raptors. Here's the 2-2. Broken bat, lined up the middle. Mata's going to have to be quick. Gets it to first in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Kozowski, who finishes out the ninth with a 0 on the board. But the Long Beach Regulators are in trouble. 2-1. Let's see what happens in the bottom of the ninth when we come back here on the Red Pocket Mobiles YouTube. Here we are, folks, bottom of the ninth. You're listening to Red Pocket Mobiles Baseball. Joey Miller, Al Mulder. Right now it is a 2-1 lead, and Adam Christopher takes the mound. 115 pitches into this contest. He's going to try and go the entire distance and provide the first win in 4 games for the Red Pocket Mobiles over the first place playoff-bound Long Beach Regulators. Emilio Corona, Cuba Bess, and Cooper Vest are due up. He takes the first pitch strike. Corona is 0 for 2 with a walk. The only walk that Christopher has issued today. This one right back up the middle, and it is gloved by Horvat. The throw is offline for an infield single.
That was a tough play for Gianni to make.
That is the first hit in 19 batters for the Long Beach Regulators, who get the tying run on base. Cuba Best now to the dish. He is a power threat.
He absolutely is, Joey. Let's see.
17 home runs.
78 RBIs. That's another number you don't see too often this early in the season. So
a danger for the Mobiles at the moment. Next pitch misses outside for the first pitch to Cuba Best, who's 0 for 3 tonight against Christopher. We have seen 2 walk-offs here at Blair Field, excluding the knockout round. 2 natural walk-offs, one of which happened against the Mobiles. Fastball misses low. It is a 2-0 count. That was Matthew Bardowell, a fielder's choice that ended the game back in early June. Time now called. Ray
King heading out to the mound to talk to Adam Christopher, just to probably check in on him, see how he's feeling. He is 117 pitches.
We're in the 9th inning. This is the first mound visit.
I don't know if that has happened. No, that has not happened all season for the Red Pocket Mobiles. Adam Christopher has put together a fantastic start here.
I don't think I've seen that in my 4 years of professional baseball. I mean, even in complete games like we saw with Garrett Van Deventer a couple of weeks ago here at Blair Field, there were a couple of mound visits, and he certainly didn't go this long.
There is some action in the Mobiles bullpen, but this fantastically branded, bouncy, inflatable thing is keeping me from seeing exactly who it is.
And it still wouldn't make a difference because there is still a wall behind the bouncy inflatable thing. It is just a tough vantage point here. It's a historical ballpark. Cuba Best. 2-0. This one fouled into said bullpen on the left field side for strike 1.
I think that actually went past the bullpen there, Joey. That was he hit that one a long way.
We saw 2 walk-offs last year for the Grand Junction Jackalopes.
We did.
Some exciting ones, but we have not been in the booth to see one since. This one cuts inside. Emilio Corona advances to second on the wild pitch there.
The first wild pitch of the game from Adam Christopher.
Wild pitch or pass ball of either case. The tying run is in scoring position. It is a hitter's count to one of the best hitters, Cuba Bess, for the Long Beach Regulators. Nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. 3-1. Fouled. Third base side and over the net. First 2-strike count here in the bottom of the 9th. And I'm sure Adam Christopher's arm is feeling it. But mind over matter, he's trying to push through this inning and secure the series victory, or rather the series opener victory for the Mobiles. This one on the ground to the right side, through, into right field. Emilio Corona rounds, and there's trouble in right field. Bishop can't pick up the ball. This game is tied at 2 apiece. And not sure, but that might be it for Christopher. Here comes Dimitri Young. Still a fantastic game for Adam Christopher. After giving up the lead that his team took in the top of the 8th. And I hope that he gets a bit of an applause here from the home crowd. Despite everything, yes, there are some people clapping as the ball is being taken away from him. RBI single. We'll be right back to tell you who the new arm is when we come back. 2-all in the bottom of the 9th. This game has been dramatic, Al.
It has. I mean, there's always drama when it comes to the RedPocket Mobiles. That's why we have a web series. That's why it's viewed so well. That's why you folks at home should take the time to view it as well. But right now we've got Nathan Darden coming into a now tied up game in the bottom of the 9th, 2-2. And hopefully he can shut this door and we can go to a knockout round, which would be consecutive knockout rounds for the Coast.
It did not go their way last night against the Oakland Ballers. The Coast, now the Regulators tonight on this Friday night, in their alternate identity, are trying not to lose 3 straight games for the first time in their franchise history. They have a perfect 6-0 record on the Mobiles that is in jeopardy right now. But Cuba Bess just got the RBI game-tying single here in the bottom of the 9th. Now the first pitch to Cooper Bess from Nathan Darden. Misses outside on the fastball. We were seeing a lot of changeups from Adam Christopher, who leaves this game with 8+ innings of work, does not record an out in this 9th. Gives up 6 hits. There goes Bess towards second, and it gets through into center. That's actually Robert Pitts pinch running. That is 3 straight hits. And now the winning run is at third for the Long Beach Regulators. Robert Pitts pinch running for Cuba Bass.
You know, at the beginning of the game, we talked about a little bit of this. But we need some defense and some pitching to step up here, keep us in this game.
Well, Nathan Darden is fairly new to the RedPocket Mobiles, this being his 3rd appearance with the Mobiles, and he is being asked a lot right now. The former Frontier Leaguer of the Florence Yalls gets a swing and a miss on Easton Jones. He got the first run of the ball game for the Long Beach Regulators all the way back in the 2nd. That lead held all the way until the top of the 7th. 0-1 into left field, gets past the dive of Clayton Jr., and that's the ball game. The 3rd walk-off in Long Beach history goes to Easton Jones, the rookie out of BYU, who celebrates out there with his new teammates. A brutal finish for the RedPocket Mobiles.
Well,
What do you feel?
I feel bad for Adam Christopher, if I'm being honest.
I do too, honestly.
That pitching performance was nothing less than stellar. It's never easy to lose a game. It's really not easy to lose a game by 1 run. It's even worse to lose it in a walk-off. But we still have 2 more games in this series. And we proved tonight that we can play against the Long Beach Regulators, who are the best team in the league statistically and in the standings. So I'm always trying to be the consummate positive guy, and there are definitely things that we can be positive about tonight's performance. The final score is not one of them.
So Adam Christopher started up this game, gave up the lead in the 2nd, 4 hits through the first 3 innings. No hits after that up until the 9th, where he gives up 2 more, both of which score, and unfortunately that means for him he gets the loss, his 4th on the season. He was in line for a victory, 117 pitches of amazing baseball, and my hat's off to him as a Long Beach Coast broadcaster who was not necessarily rooting for him. I can't root for anybody.
No.
But seeing a great performance like that gives me hope for you, Al, the rest of this series. But for now, the Long Beach Regulators regulate the RedPocket Mobiles for their 7th victory over them, snapping the losing streak of 2, bringing them to 45-13. Now let's look through some fun stats here. The Regulators are now 16-5 in the 2nd half, or rather in July. In the 2nd half specifically, they are now 8-2. And the Mobiles, well, they take their 9th loss of their first 10 games of the 2nd half. So let's wrap things up here, Al.
Yes.
And we can get to bed. What are some keys for the RedPocket Mobiles, for the RedPocket Mobiles fans out there tomorrow with, I believe, Blaine Huter is on the mound?
Yes, we'll have Blaine Huter on the mound, similar to Adam Christopher in the way that he attacks the plate. So hopefully he can get the same kind of results throughout. It's really going to come down to our bullpen, and that's been the story all season. It would be nice if we could get our bats a little bit more alive than they were tonight. They came around there at the end. We started putting some hits together. All in all, not a bad performance from the team, just a bad result. Hopefully tomorrow we can flip that around and have both of them be positive.
And I'll try and chat with Dimitri and get his thoughts to bring into the next broadcast tomorrow, which will start just before 4:35 p.m., which is the first pitch queued up for the middle game of this 3-game stint between the Long Beach Coast, they'll be the Coast tomorrow, and the RedPocket Mobiles.
And you know, it's a great time, folks. You're already on YouTube. You're already on the channel. If you're still here, you should go back and watch not just episode 6 of Chasing Baseball that released today, but watch the whole series. All 6 episodes can give you a little bit of insight into this team, the journey that they've been on, the difficulties that they've faced, and what is pushing them to be a better team each and every day. They're fighting for each other out there. And that starts at the top with Dimitri Young and Ray King and goes all the way down to Dakota Aspinwall, who joined the team today. We're looking forward to seeing him, our most recent draft pick from the midseason PBL draft. We took him number 1 overall. Hopefully we get to see him in action tomorrow. But until then, I think it's time for us to say goodnight. Would you agree, Joey?
I'd say so. We got some post-game wrap-up stuff to do. 3-2 is the final score. Jonathan Kozowski now 2-1 on the season. And unfortunately, Adam Christopher takes the loss. He is now 0-4 in his 7 starts with the RedPocket Mobiles, who will try and get back on Goliath tomorrow at 4:35. We'll be on YouTube 10 minutes prior. You won't want to miss it. And we will be right back in the booth here at Blair Field. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in. Now it's time for us to tune out. From Joey Miller, Al Malding. Have a great night.